spouses and advocates for in Puerto Rico to oppress our most avid advocates of independence.
And have the people of Puerto Rico been able to peacefully free their political prisoners?
Yes, we have.
And is there the United States government through its processes continues to hold Puerto Rico as a colony? Is that true?
Yes.
Nothing further.
People may call their next witness. Yes.
I'd like to call Paulette. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, and can you state your full name?
My name is Paulette D'Autieul.
And what qualifies you to speak here today?
I'm speaking on behalf of the family of Robert Robidoux and Leonard Peltier, who are first cousins. And I am the wife of Robert Robidoux.
Okay. And you're familiar with the case of Leonard Peltier?
Yes, I've worked for my cousin's release since the day he was convicted. And prior to that time, around the case against Bob Robidoux and Dino Butler, who all three were charged with aiding and abetting in the first-degree murder of 2 FBI agents.
Okay, and what year was that?
The actual shootout between the American Indian Movement and the FBI was in 1975.
Wasn't there a state of war between the American Indian Movement and the indigenous people in that area and the United States government?
We'll object to counsel leading this witness into declaring that there was a state of war between the government of the United States and its dependent Native American people.
It was a reign of terror because this gentleman evidently doesn't know what he's talking about. It was a reign of terror since Wounded Knee, when the Oglalalas declared themselves a free and independent nation. Native people are not dependent. They represent different nations. They have 300 treaties that were signed, and in the Constitution of the United States, the government of the United States only signs treaties with other nations. It also breaks treaties and has broken every treaty it has signed with the indigenous people of the North American continent.
And there was, at the time of the shootout, where the FBI agents were killed.
Right. That took place at Grandma Jumping Bulls on Ogallala, which is a district of Pine Ridge.
Yes, and was there a group of people called the Goon Squad?
Right. The Goon Squad was representative of the tribal government imposed on the Ogallalas by the United States. Native people come under and have a traditional form of government that has governed them way before the Europeans came and stole their land.
And were there, I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say, and when they said that Native people were citizens of the United States, along with that citizenship, they imposed a government that came out of the Bureau of Indian Affairs directly under the government. And Mr. Obama, who I see sitting over here, went to them to get elected, and in fact has allowed companies to continue to desecrate Indian lands.
Okay, have there been killings or murders unlawfully perpetrated by the defendant?
Well, not by the defendant. I don't think he was there, but it was perpetrated by the Goon Squad. And from the end of Wounded Knee until the incident you're talking about, there were over 86 murders and assassinations of members of the American Indian movement, Native people who supported the Civil Rights Network, and these were carried out by Dickie Wilson, and he used the Goon Squad, which was supported by the BIA and the FBI, who gave them weapons in order to try and stop the indigenous people from reclaiming their own land as sovereign.
So there was a collaboration between the government and this Goon Squad.
Right, under Dickie Wilson.
The rights, the right of independence of these nations, is that something that has been respected by the United States government?
No. They signed over 300 treaties, and every one of those treaties has been broken. They continue to pour money into the war machine to oppress other indigenous peoples throughout the world, instead of living up to their commitment, which said at the bottom of these treaties will be the law of the land as long as the grass grows and the water would flow.
Okay, and just one short question. The Leonard Peltier, would you consider him a political prisoner?
No, I consider Leonard Peltier a prisoner of war. He is a member of the independent Oglala Nation. He is a member of the Anishinaabe Nation of Turtle Mountain, North Dakota. So in that way, he comes under the Geneva Convention as being a prisoner of war on his own land.
Okay, and is he treated as such?
No. Leonard is treated worse than a common criminal. It has taken over 2 years to get Leonard treatment for prostate problems. Leonard had a stroke in his eye. It took Mikhail Gorbachev of the Soviet Union to intercede to get a doctor from Russia to see him, because the Bureau of Prisons said that that is not any reason to be concerned, and that Mr. Peltier was just causing problems. But he lost 65% of vision in his left eye due to their incompetence and their attempts to further incarcerate him.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I just have a few questions.
Quite all right.
You said you were related to Mr. Peltier?
I'm his cousin by marriage.
So it's possible that your testimony today is influenced by the fact that he's a family relative of yours, is it not?
No, because I am not an indigenous person. My testimony is based on fact that has come out through the FOIA, the Freedom of Information Act. It has come out in testimony, and it has come out in the trial of Mr. Robidoux and Mr. Butler, who were found not guilty on the grounds of self-defense. In America, you have the right to defend yourself. Native people enjoy that same right.
Isn't it true that Mr. Peltier attempted to flee to Canada?
No, he did not attempt to. Mr. Peltier was sent to Canada by his elders to seek political asylum, and he was in fact captured on the Rocky Boy Reservation. He did not attempt to flee. He got up and he left, and he went there under the direction of his elders.
I have one more question for you.
I'm sorry?
I have one final question.
Okay.
Wasn't Mr. Peltier found guilty in a jury trial of having killed the